Okay, so my grandparents, George and Clara Hough, bought the enterprise in 1929 with the help of my great-grandfather, George A. Hough, who was the city editor of the New Bedford Evening Standard. And they were absentee owners for 2 years while they were still working at the New Bedford Evening Standard, both my grandparents. And in 1931, they moved to Falmouth and built this building behind us, or the core of it. The town was so small in those days that people wondered why they were building so far out of town off Main Street. They came in the depths of the Depression and managed to keep the paper going, but come World War II, all the activity at the base, the town grew tremendously. That era, in the 1940s, the paper probably changed more than it had, at least in appearance and the way they reported. The front page ads disappeared. The news was more straightforward and less folksy. Now, my dad came in 1951. I was just reading a piece by him of what Falmouth was like in 1951, and he said the war changed the world all over, and it changed a lot. In Falmouth, it changed too because of the Camp Edwards at the time. But in a lot of ways, the town was still the same as it was when he was a boy here. From 10 years old, about 15. The same selectmen. The East Falmouth was almost all Portuguese and lots of strawberry farms. Strawberry farming was a huge commercial part of the town in those days. But the town was there were only about 5,000 people in town even at then, and the circulation of the paper was about 3,000, which was considered very good. My sister Margaret and I, both of us are sort of casting around after college for a number of years and trying to figure out what we really wanted to do in life. And for very different reasons, we both ended back here in Falmouth. So Margaret and I took over as co-publishers in 1993. And then it was, now you were asking what it was like to work together. It was a challenge. Splitting up any business is a challenge. I think we did fairly well. But the newspaper was so profitable in the 80s and early 90s that we could make a lot of mistakes and get away with it, and we did. But we also learned a lot, and my dad taught us well. So we had a foundation. I had hired Chris Megan as our sales director, and that was 1991. And Chris and I started On the Water magazine in 1996, and that took a lot of our time and energy, but we managed to get that off the ground, and it was very successful. And in 2005, I sold my interest. We broke On the Water out as a business on its own, out of the enterprise. I missed that piece. In 2005, I sold my interest to Chris, and with that, I bought my sister out. So I became the sole publisher. I think that the enterprise in the print edition will be around for quite a while.